What do you think women actually want today?
Oh God. Financially or just generally, you're saying?
What do you think they want in a man? In
This is
in a
it.
straight relationship, what do women really want? I see mixed signals sometimes of what they say they want,
Yeah.
but then what they go after can be completely different.
Well, I think that is the truth, that I think most people are confused about what they want
Yes.
because there's a mix of what your mum said and dad said.
And their dysfunction.
And
you're
their
trying
own,
to
and
heal
what
that
you've
dysfunction.
seen.
Yes.
Exactly. So you've got that complexity. You've then got the complexity of what media said. So the Disney princess syndrome. That's a real thing.
so-
The Disney princess syndrome. You saw every Disney princess chasing a prince, chasing a king, chasing a frog that would turn into a prince.
Yeah, or a beast that
or a
would
beast
that
that
you
would
could transform into a
transform
prince.
that would turn into, you can change him.
Yeah.
And you're chasing this love story that you were brainwashed to believe was what love looked like. So you've got your parents, you've got family and friends, you've got TV and media, you've got music videos. Now you've got your first relationships, and they all are confusing you as to what should I look for.
Yes.
And I think that people haven't taken a moment to step back and say, what do I want? What do I want? Not what does my mom thinks good for me, and what does Disney thinks good for me, and what does everyone else thinks good for me? What do I want?
What do you think women really want today?
I would hope. This is my hope. I don't think I know, because I guess the answer is people are confused. And by the way, I think men are equally confused on what they want, because
I mean, I know what I wanted for a long time. I wanted to have sexual connection. Because that's what I was desired and driven by. It wasn't always clear, but it was always like, oh, this person, I'm attracted to this person. I want to be with that. You know, that's the way I thought about it in my 20s, right? It was like, okay. And that never worked out. There was fun, there was excitement, there was heightened emotions, there was dopamine hits like crazy, but there was a lot of chaos and a lot of stress. And I think when we try to enter a relationship through sexual desire and not spiritual connection or value connection, you may have a lot of ups, but there'll also be a lot of downs.
Wow.
And I experienced that over and over again, man.
Wow.
I think you got really lucky. Because you didn't.
No, I had that in my teen years, but it's just you're so young that that's the only way you can think.
And that's how you learn too. You learn through like, oh, I tried this and it didn't work. I had a lot of pain and I tried it again. That didn't work either. And it's like I learned a lot longer than you did, so it took me a lot longer. But
I would hope that people right now are looking for safety. I think feeling safe, and what I mean by safety is low stress, high peace.
Oh, man.
When I think of a high value person, I think of a high peaceful person. Like that's what I'm thinking about.
Yes.
Someone who has a sense of peace in who they are, what they're doing in life, and how they're going about it. Now, everyone has anxiety, so you're not going to find someone who has no anxiety. That's not realistic. I have anxiety.
Yeah, no one's perfect.
Yeah, no one's perfect. So this isn't like, let me go find the person who has no anxiety, but it's the idea that someone is striving for peace. So like low stress, high peace, that's safety. That's what safety means. I think
but people want safety, but they're addicted to drama. You know what I mean?
Said.
They're addicted to drama and the highs and lows.
Yeah, because safety is boring.
Yes.
If someone makes me feel safe, it's boring.
Yes.
It's like, oh, well, what do we do together if they make me feel safe?
I know.
Oh, well, none of my friends think they're that interesting. Like,
I know.
You know, because it doesn't have that, what you're saying, that highs and lows.
I know. And I think that's just I just don't think that's, I mean, I witnessed this with my parents growing up, right? Just a lot of tension and stress and highs and lows, and when's the repair going to happen, and when are they going to get back together, in terms of like one left the room and anxiousness or screaming. And it's just like, when you grow up in a family dynamic of that, I'm not sure exactly if that's what you grew up in, but I think I hear a lot of people saying they had challenges with their parents, right? In some different format. When you grow up in that, you want safety and peace, but you've never experienced it. So you don't know what it feels like.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to create it. So you're almost anxious in trying to chase something or create something that you don't even know exists.
Oh, so good.
So you have to learn how to heal somehow and create safety within ourselves first before you can create it in another relationship.
I couldn't agree more. I've seen that again and again. I've realized that because people haven't experienced love, they don't know how to notice and receive it when it arrives knocking on their doorstep.
Conscious love.
Conscious love. Like, because you've never received love without guilt or love without
Conditions.
shame or conditioning.
Yeah. Or
Now,
needing to achieve or do something, right?
yeah. And then now when you get it, when someone gives it to you, it goes over your head and you get scared by it.
Very.
And I've seen that happen to people in my life, whether it's friends, family members, people I've worked with, where people get scared by love, or they doubt it, or they become cynical or skeptical of it because they've never experienced it. And you're right, the only person you probably didn't get it from your parents. And so unless you're learning how to experience self-safety.
That's it. It's creating that safety first before looking for it in a relationship.
Yes, yeah.
Because if you don't feel safe and you try to find a partner who is safe, like, you're still not safe with you.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be anxious, you're gonna be avoidant, you're gonna be insecure. Are they gonna cheat on me? Are they gonna really show up for me like they say they do? If you don't have that safety, it's gonna be really hard to feel safe in another's presence, especially when you give them your heart. When you open yourself up, you won't feel safe because you aren't safe with yourself.
I genuinely think that even the quest for wanting the 6 feet, 100K is a quest for safety. There's a hidden belief that maybe you saw financial insecurity growing up.
Yes.
In your home.
Yes.
And so when you're saying you want to be with someone who makes 100K, it's actually
gonna
just
make you feel safe.
A plea of safety.
Yeah.
When you're saying you want to be with someone who's strong and powerful or whatever it may be, it's because maybe you felt unsafe growing up. And so sometimes our desires are completely linked to our pains and stresses and traumas. And so it's not that they're wrong, it's just that they're being verbalized in a different way. But the number one thing I would learn, I mean...
But just because someone might make $100,000 doesn't mean they're going to be emotionally safe.
No, 100%.
Spiritually safe, sexually safe. It doesn't mean that they're going to be their word. Typically, if someone's driven to earn and make more, unless they have consciousness around it, they're going to have certain values around money. Well, here's the thing. This point you just made, of like, if someone felt unsafe as a child because maybe they got evicted a bunch, or they didn't, their parents were always talking about, we don't have money, and they felt unsafe. They felt insecure around money to provide for things. If you're searching for a guy who has money to provide out of a lack, out of a fear, out of a pain, out of a worry, and they give that to you, what happens when they take it away? What happens if they give it to you conditionally? You're going to feel anxious, scared, insecure, and in fear around money. So you're not going to feel safe still. So you're giving one man all the power to say, okay, I can provide because I make $100,000 a year. You have to be, susceptible to whatever that human being says. It's their way, essentially. They're in more control then. There's a power dynamic then of, I don't have money because I don't feel safe or secure. This guy does, so he's going to be able to provide and protect. What do you have to do so that this person wants to stay with you then?
Yeah.
You're now, there is a power dynamic, there is a control dynamic that I don't know you're going to love long term. So you're entering a relationship out of insecurity, out of a lack of safety yourself. Now, I'm not saying, if you can be with someone who has more money, cool. There can be more options, but it doesn't mean more harmony. It just means, okay, they have more money to do things with money.
Yeah. Yeah. That resonates. That resonates really strong.
Yeah.